Hello everyone, my name is Eric Brown. Today I'm going to be talking about rubeola and parotitis, also known as measles and mumps. So here is going to be the quiz. Those are the 10 questions, and then on the right side you'll see the answer key. I put the answer key upside down just so you don't cheat and go through those questions and then figure them out as you must. So here we go. We have rubeola, which is also measles. So this disease or illness is highly contagious and a viral illness. It is caused by paramoxyvirus. Some of the symptoms include high fever, cough, runny nose, and then some of the other symptoms, white spots in the mouth, and then even followed by red rashes, as you can see in the pictures on the right side. Then we have parotitis, mumps. These are contagious viral diseases. It affects salivary glands, parotoid glands near the ears. As you can see in the right side of the pictures, they have some of the symptoms, which is major swelling, cheeks and jaws, and then you also tend to have fever, headache, and even fatigue. And then pretty much all these are caused by the mumps virus, also paramoxyvirus. And then the visual effects, you can see facial swelling. So the causes and transmissions for specifically rubeola spread by respiratory droplets, so pretty much coughing or sneezing. And then in regard to mumps, this is spread through saliva or mucus. Simply talking, coughing, or sharing utensils can transmit the disease from one person to the other. Both are vaccine preventable. And then the visual effects, transmission chain graphic. So pretty much the visuals that you saw earlier in the past slides are very good examples of what goes on between mumps and measles. And then we have effects on sports performance. So rubeola is tended to be fatigue, dehydration, muscle pain. So pretty much all the symptoms that would reduce endurance and performance overall for athletes specifically. And then when it came to mumps, they would have pain, swelling, can impair eating, hydration, speech, testicular inflammation, specifically in males, because can affect physical comfort and performance. And then athletes must isolate themselves for 5 or more days. So in that aspect, they would have to miss training because these disease and illness can be transmitted very easily. And then some of the treatments that we have are no specific antiviral treatment, but supportive care like rest, fluids, fever reducers, and isolation are very important. And then for mumps specifically, cold compress for the swelling areas, and then pain relievers just to relieve the pain. And then monitor for complications like encephalitis and otitis. And then for prevention aspects, we have MMR vaccine, pretty much for measles, mumps, and rubella. And then pretty much good hygiene is always important. Hand washing, avoiding sharing drinks and utensils specifically. And then isolate infected individuals, like we said, just make sure they're kind of away from everyone for at least five plus days. And then immunization is the key. And then pretty much on the right side, you can see vaccinations being done. And then also just simple hygiene is very important. Some additional information. Mumps can cause infertility in rare cases. Rubeola outbreaks still occur in under-vaccinated communities. And then when it comes to the NCAA and sports, organizations may require proof of vaccinations before competing in the specific sport. Pretty much both conditions are preventable and manageable with vaccines and simply awareness, just being aware of the symptoms and how these diseases and illnesses are spread will allow them to not be spread. Simple as that. Athletic performance is significantly impacted during infection. As we said, some of the symptoms like dehydration, headaches, all those other aspects. to stay protected, stay in the game, and then simply knowing the transmissions are very important so that you do not transmit or someone else doesn't transmit to you. And here's the references slides. Some of the info was taken from the CDC, Mayo Clinic, and our lecture slides. Thank you for listening to my presentation.